Hey everyone, Matt from Doctors of Running here. We're going to do a review on the Asics Tartheredge 2. I've had this for quite some time. It's just gotten a little bit behind on reviews and figured we put out a video review just to get this out here. So there's some other very good reviews out there as well, but we want to put our thoughts on this more traditional racing flat from Asics. So Asics also obviously has the Meta Racer, they have the new Hyperspeed, but the Tartheredge, while those are kind of new age, there's a lot of new elements to them. The Tartheredge is a little more traditional for people wanting more of the classic racing flats of the days of old. So very classic in a way, you know, a little higher drop here. It's like, I think it's like 9 millimeters, 10 millimeters on this. Very light in the 6-ounce range for sure. Narrow fit, not a more traditional heel, not a ton of bevel. Fairly snappy toe off, firmer ride, not a maximalist design by any means, right? So this is quite firm and quite close to the ground. For those who want a little bit better ground feel, but again want that slightly higher drop in a very lightweight shoe. So for a lot of people, this is going to be a 5K, maybe 10K shoe at max, just because it is very close to the ground. Those who are more experienced, who are used to this kind of shoe, will easily be able to take it up for the marathon. That's kind of what this shoe is designed for, like longer distances, at least in Japan and things like that, where people are used to wearing this little shoe. So most people, again, shorter distances, it's very firm, snappy, quite a fast and fun ride, especially those who want a little higher drop. Not the greatest heel transition. It breaks in a little bit as you get through the ride, but again, because of the lack of bevel here, it can be a little rough transition, but this compresses really well at heel strike. For those who land farther forward, it's a great landing. The traction here is phenomenal. It grips super well. I would argue that this works very well on track, on wet road, even a little dirt, but the heel doesn't really work super well for dirt. So maybe a cross-country race where you need a little more traction up front might be good, but for something more aggressive like a trail, I would not take this thing on there. It was going to get beat up. Fit is snug, very traditional racing flat. It does feel almost a half size short. I'm going to send this to Bach and see what he thinks about this, since he's a 9.5, I'm a 10. But very snug, narrow fit. For those of you who like that, it's going to be great. I would not wear this without socks. I definitely did not try that, and socks were fine. There is a solid heel counter here, which is another reason I didn't do this sockless. So for those of you who are very sensitive, again, this is more traditional. You're going to get locked in really well here, but it's very evident there's a heel counter here. So for those people who are sensitive, like myself, it is noticeable. Again, throughout the rest of the shoe, it's a fairly snug fit, so definitely a traditional racing flat fit. This is not wide at all, so those people with wider feet, I definitely wouldn't wouldn't consider the shoe. For those with narrow feet or normal width feet who want a snug fit, a great option. I know in Japan, if you look, I've been having a really hard time getting shoes shipped over from the Asian market. So for those of you who have contacts, you probably will be able to find this in a wide, because it's usually available over there. United States, you're not going to be able to find this in a wide. It's very difficult to do that. If somebody does find it, please let me know. But this is more of your snug fit, and it's not going to fit a wide foot type. It's going to fit a narrow foot or somebody looking for a snugger fit. If the mesh is stretchy, it does move a little bit, but not a ton, so don't expect it to break in a ton. The ride, again, very snappy. On the firmer side, it feels really good when you pick the pace up. I did use this for warm-up and cool-downs. It wasn't the best. It's definitely more of your very lightweight, firmer ride. But it can handle that, right? There's a little extra cushioning in the heel, and by little, that's a relative term. But it can handle a little bit of that. But this is really meant to, you put this on, you're ready to go fast, you're ready to turn over some miles. Works very well for fartleks and tempo runs. I would say for those of you who want a higher drop, it can move over 5K distances. So those people who still want the light, and this is going to be on the lighter range for a lot of racing flats now, because most of them are 7, 8, low 8 ounces, which is kind of like, this should be a lightweight trainer, but the normal stuff now is the maximalist hyper cushion racing shoes. Those wanting traditional shoes, or those something lighter and firmer, this is a great option, and you will be able to pick off 5Ks. For those of you getting, if you older or have a shortened Achilles or don't have as much Achilles strength, this is a great option. But it's firm enough that it can still move very well at interval paces. I have not taken this for a long run. I've taken it for some longer miles and wouldn't take it that far for most things unless I train myself to get used to this. So those, like I said in the early part, those who like firmer shoes and want a slightly higher drop, this is going to be a great option for you because I know not a lot of those are available right now. But those who are coming in looking for a highly cushioned shoe, this is not it. This is your traditional shoe. This is your very firm, grippy, super lightweight, aggressive 5K, 10K shoe for most people. I do really like, there is an extended torsion system on this, and I do like that. I can feel it. It's got a really nice pop when the pace picks up. And the heel was a little more forgiving than I expected, but again, that bevel, there's not a ton there, so very traditional racing flat design. So overall, again, it's a little stiff. There is some flexibility. It's great. It can move fast. It's not going to go long for a lot of people. This is a traditional racing flat, the Asics Tartheredge 2. I really enjoyed my time in it. Not quite my cup of tea in terms of I like a little bit lower drop in my lighter weight racing flats, but it works super well, and I need a little bit more room. But those who want a snug fit, slightly higher drop, but want a fast shoe that can handle like really up tempo and quicker paces, this is definitely one of them. So again, check out the Asics Tartheredge 2. We are probably not going to do a full review because we have so many shoes on the docket that we're trying to catch up with, but we thought we'd drop this review on YouTube. So check us out on our other reviews on YouTube, our other roundtables. Check out our Instagram. We're on all social media platforms. So thanks for watching again, and keep watching and check back with us soon.